Alrighty, guys. So welcome to the Parks Experience Teams panel. So this is sort of the best of the rest for MCParks for things that don't fall under the umbrellas for technician, Imagineer, and guest relations. This is where our developers are. This is where our branding team exists. Our pixel artist, the audio production team. And I forgot one. 3D modelers. All of those teams sort of exist under this umbrella. So what we'll do is we'll go down the line in Discord, and we will have everybody just sort of introduce themselves and what they do on the team. So Owen, if you want to go first and talk about yourself on the Parks Experience team. Owen, go ahead.
We got push to talk on? There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Sorry about that. Oh boy. So I initially was hired as a tech, and then I cross-trained to do pixel art. And I've been doing that ever since, and it's been great. I've had a lot of fun with it. So, not much else to say there. Stuff.
Nice, Broken. I feel like you keep popping up at these things.
Yeah, I somehow do for some reason.
Feel free to chat about what you do and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Broken TV. I am part of the PR branding. I've made some of the videos on our YouTube channel in the past, and but I'm mostly known for some of the screens that you see in rides like Tower of Terror and the Indiana Jones ride pre-show.
Nice.
If I had a nickel for every time this weekend we heard about Broken doing screen stuff, I would be rich.
You'd have at least a couple nickels. Who do we have next? Let me pull it up. Kayla, go ahead.
I'm Kayla. I'm on the pixel artist team. I did the pixel art in the Tangled Restrooms because I love that movie.
Nice. I feel like you've done other stuff too besides that.
I have.
Oh, okay. That's just your favorite.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll take it. Ian, go ahead.
Yes, hello. I'm Ian, or Maru, and I'm on the pixel artist team. You probably have seen a few of my works dotted about somewhere around San Francisco, or Snow White's Scary Adventure in Disneyland Paris, or maybe even a few places in Universal.
Nice. Mr. Knuff?
Yeah, hi, I'm Mr. Knuff. I'm also on the pixel art team, and most of the stuff that I've done is over at the Contemporary. So if you walk around there, you'll find a lot of what I've done.
Yes, and it's great stuff so far. Sky, go ahead.
What's up, guys? I'm Sky from, as it pertains to here, part of the pixel art team. Got art a little bit everywhere, but the biggest one would be the USS mural.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jorvo, you go ahead.
Hello, my name is Jorvo. I'm on the music production team. I'm still fairly new. The only huge thing that's currently public that I've worked on is redoing the audio for People Mover.
Very nice. Matt, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm also on the audio production team with Jorvo. Let's see. I did Matterhorn and a little bit of the area audio for the Q at RSR. And my biggest projects that I'm working on now have to do with Rise.
I was going to say, I was hoping that you weren't just going to leave it off at like, oh yeah, I did some of the stuff by Matterhorn and completely leave out all of the... how much of the audio stuff for Rise do you think you're doing?
Well, just even for the ride part? Just the ride part?
I meant for like the cool interactive stuff.
Okay, so for the interactive stuff, I have just, you guys may have heard that we have over 1,000 lines from different cast members and other people who are participating in that. And my job was to go through and trim all of those down, try to get the volume pretty much the same on all of them, and if there's any noise to clean that up. So just to, it took about a month doing that. It was not too bad, but yeah, it's a lot of fun to hear everybody's voices and how they do their character acting.
Yes. Honda, go ahead.
Hi, I'm on the branding team of Park Experience. Work mainly on YouTube videos and YouTube shorts, including the When Executives Go AFK on the Server series and some of the fireworks videos.
Nice. Josh, what about you?
I finally am at a panel for the first time since Imagineering where I actually do a significant amount of work. So look at that. Look at me go. I mean, I've done a lot of branding stuff. I've done a lot of videos for the server, especially in the early days. Darren and I were sort of like the two. And then I've done a bunch of. I've edited 3 of the keynotes, including like 20% of this year's keynote. And I'm editing all of the panels if you're watching on YouTube. So I do a lot of branding stuff. I used to make very unoptimized and really bad resource pack models. And then we actually got people who knew what they were doing. So I don't do that anymore, not usually. But I used to do that. Ryan and I sort of started the resource pack. I was adding a whole bunch of Magic Band icons way back whenever we released that. So, yeah, no, I've done a lot of stuff.
Nice. Similar to Josh, I do a bunch of work with branding. I help make some of the videos. I did probably about 60-70% of the Expo keynote video for this year. Most of the tweets come from me, and I don't know, just help out wherever I can across the board. Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, so I am the lead developer on MCParks. Most of the guest-facing features that you see, I have had a hand in, and make a lot of the stuff work. And yeah, also obviously having a guiding hand in creating what all of these teams do and working all the processes for them all.
It looks like Discord reorganized people, so jumped over Unique. But if you want to go and introduce yourself real quick.
Why does it do that? Is it when you mute and unmute?
Yeah.
All right, interesting.
Hello, hi. I'm Unique. I'm on the branding team, and I focus more on the TikTok side of things, so I help film and edit the TikToks.
Sweet. So I think that most of the teams have been introduced pretty well. The only one that isn't represented here today is the resource pack team. So they're the ones that make the models and all the fun items that you see in game and that you're wearing and the ride vehicles and stuff. Those are created by our resource pack team. But that is the Parks Experience teams. Just sort of this hodgepodge amalgamation of, I think when we first started, I called it the best of the rest. In everything that makes MCParks feel like a living, breathing place comes from this group of people and their other cohorts. When you walk through anywhere on MCParks, you hear audio, right? And that audio usually isn't just ripped directly from YouTube. It is, it's cleaned up, it's mixed. Sometimes there's specific noises added in. One of my favorite examples is if you're outside of Test Track and a car goes by, there is ambient audio that plays of a car going by that you hear. Or when you're walking around Tomorrowland Speedway, you're hearing the lawnmower engines of the Speedway cars in the area around you. When you walk up to an attraction, you see these beautifully made signs for the attraction. When you get into the attraction, you're stepping into a ride vehicle that looks like the actual ride vehicle, but in Minecraft. And then when you're done, you get park points and you get achievements for these things, and that's made by the developer team that goes and adds in those base features to Minecraft that the other teams then go and expand on it and make work for MCParks. And then at the very end, you get a notification that we uploaded a new YouTube video and you go and watch those. And so that's sort of where the park experience teams sort of fall into the MCParks pipeline. We will go down the line, and I'd love to know, just because we have such a wide mix of people here, just what everybody's favorite project that they've worked on is. We'll go down the list in order, so we'll start with Owen again.
Yeah, so I totally blanked about this. I forgot the new contemporary I'd gone in. So I worked on some signs there. I think the Steakhouse 71 sign is probably my favorite thing that's public right now. But I've been doing some work on the new Living with the Land, and that's been fun.
Share a picture in the chat of some of the Living with the Land stuff. I think people would like to see that.
All right, I'll find one.
While you're doing that, Broken, what's your favorite project you've worked on?
Gosh, it is a tie between Rise, obviously, and the little dinosaur, little Velociraptor animations. They say like go through the window in the queue. That and Test Track, cause that was like my first project. I'm sorry, not Test Track, Tower of Terror.
Yeah, the Tower of Terror pre-show. That one was like one of my favorites because it was our first time doing something like that, and it turned out so good.
Thank you.
Kayla, go ahead.
I know I said I did the Tangled stuff before. That is one of my favorites. But I think it was like, I don't know, sometime in Christmas, I made like these photo op spots that were just like in the Magic Kingdom. There was one for Stitch, one with like Mickey and his friends. They were really cute, and I really like making those.
If you have pictures of those, feel free to put those in the chat also. I feel like this is going to be a very visual panel.
If I can find them, I will put them in.
Perfect. Ian, what do you got?
Yeah, so for me, it's going to be either my first leaderboard, which was the Venetian gondolas over in Disney Sea in Tokyo, the two Velocicoaster posters that I did in the queue, or anything from Baymax, the Happy Ride.
Nice. Those are all really good ones. Knuff, what's your favorite?
Over at the entrance of Bay Lake Tower, there, like right when you enter, there are like two kind of mural art pieces on either side, and I made both of those, and I'm really proud of how they look.
Nice, awesome. Unique, you're newer on the team, so it's a little tougher for you, but
I'm not that interesting, but it's okay. It's fine. So one of my favorite parts, like for right now, is like actually help filming for the Expo itself. I actually found like so much fun in that. And like also I've been helping out with the TikTok side of things more. Like we have like a few little secret experiments we're doing off screen, and that's also been like really fun because I was actually able to to lead that one. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for more of those tests in the future. Sky, go ahead.
Hey, I know I said it before. My favorite's gonna have to be that USS mural. You have a big, you had a really big expanse. How do you keep the detail while moving it to our scale?
For those who aren't familiar with the acronym, you're referring to the Universal Studios store?
Yeah, Universal Studio Store at Warp USS. If you look up from the entrance, that's
so it's the big mural there. Are you on your phone? Are you at your computer?
Unfortunately, yeah, I'm a little
Sounds
bit
like he's
in transit.
driving.
Okay. If somebody wants to go
Dedication.
there, take a picture of it and then put it in the chat, that'd be great.
Sky, good job using your turn signal. Way to practice safe driving.
I'm in the passenger seat. I'm passenger princess.
Even better. No distractions here. Jorvo, what's been your favorite thing? You're also newer, so
yeah, I'm also not interesting. Like I said earlier, I've only really worked on 2 projects. My most recent one was probably my favorite, but I can't really speak too much on it because it's an active, ongoing Easter egg in the Expo, if any of you are interested in trying to go find it. But my first one I'd probably say is my favorite. It's just redoing the audio for TTA, just since I have 1,800 something rides on it. That's the one that I've always gone to riding the most. So that was a lot of fun being able to redo, just because I definitely knew the areas of improvement for it.
Spacecraft to monster labs. There's really nothing like today in Tomorrowland.
For your safety, if you have wings, jetpacks, or gravity polarizers, please do not take flight while on board.
Very nice. Matt, go ahead.
My favorite is not currently finished, but like a lot of it has been done, and it's the audio for the hangar at Rise of the Resistance. I just really love the big, vast room and how echoey everything can be. So being able to recreate the sounds that are in there with that big echo has been a lot of fun. And right now I'm trying to get the background music, which you just can't find online. So I've been having a lot of fun in actually recreating the music from scratch.
It's really good so far. It's hard for us to convey that before you get there, but walking out of the ITS ship and then sitting in the hangar area, and as the ships are going by at the same speed and cadence, you hear the noise of those TIE fighters and of the Star Destroyer passing. And it's so good.
It's been a blast to be able to do that and then just stand in there and listen.
Yeah.
Like I'm there.
Honda, how about you?
I mean, I did really enjoy actually giving Jorvo the idea for his Easter egg, which I don't think even Darren and Ryan know about.
I do not know about it.
Yeah, don't look too hard or you might miss it. But my favorite work that I worked on was actually the recap video of the previous 10 years of the server that we posted last year for the anniversary. It was a lot of fun going, not only scrubbing MCParks' YouTube channel, but Darren's personal, Ryan's, Josh's, and we even went back and scrubbed some of our guests' YouTube channels to find, some really cool memories over the past 10 years.
Step into the wonder. See what happens to you. You can touch your dreams. It's easy as it seems. Just once upon
Absolutely. I thought you were gonna say the Darren AFK one, because that's one of my favorite ones.
I mean, Darren AFK was awesome, but my personal favorite AFK is actually Ryan AFK.
Boo! I'm not even in the list.
Speaking of lists, Josh, what about you? What's your favorite thing that you've worked on?
Park experience specifically, not to confuse everyone, but the 2020 Expo keynote, that was great. Not just like the announcements, because I didn't have as much say in that, but like we set it up like a broadcast. I think we had a Zoom call, like a fake Zoom call at one point, really foreshadowing tomorrow at this year's D23. We had like hosts that weren't Ryan and Darren. Like we had 4 hosts, and we set it up like a TV broadcast. So I really like how that one came out. But we had all of the time in the world.
Yeah, it was a spectacle that year. I don't know what my favorite thing that I've worked on is.
Obviously, contemporary, the original.
Known Parks Experience Project 2013 Contemporary.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like I've had a lot of fun being one of like the the brand managers, I guess, is how I would describe it for the community, and making sure that the voice that we're putting out on social media is fun, lighthearted, and also like what we want to be a representation of MCParks. We've had a couple tweets that I've made go kind of sort of viral-ish, so it was fun to be the origin of those. And then Ryan, what about you?
Ryan really likes the achievement infrastructure.
You're saying that.
I think the achievables system that powers daily challenges and achievements, and then the achievement system themselves. Recency bias, of course, but I think it's the most exciting thing that I can think of that I've had a hand in doing. And really excited for the future of what it's going to bring.
Very nice. Alrighty, so everybody in here now knows a baseline understanding of what this group does. Let's open the floor to some questions, unless anybody up here has questions for the rest of the group. Gonna take that as a no. So feel free to drop your questions. Nate Dogg asks, if somebody wants to join the social media aspect for the PE departments, what would you recommend practicing or working on? Honestly, it's tough, right? Like our brand voice is something that we hold near and dear to us. We're more inclined to experiment with something like TikTok than we are on sort of like a news aggregate, or a media channel that we use is like a news aggregate like Twitter, or X.
Twitter's also been ruined because you have to pay for TweetDeck, which is how we used to do it.
Yeah, and so
we haven't even figured that out yet.
And so wanting to get more involved into the video production side, replay mod is probably the biggest thing. That's how we record and render out all of our footage. And then for the most part, it's just any editing software. But for things like Instagram and Twitter, it's just having strong references of what type of content you would create based around the server. So in the past, people have made like fake demo Instagram accounts of like, oh, this is what it would look like if I was running social media for MCParks. Or like mock-ups of what the post would look like. When are we going to upload all the fireworks shows to YouTube? Honda, I'll let you tackle that one.
Sure. I said after I get my new job. But I do really enjoy working on the fireworks shows and uploading them. They do take a while. So then it's the level of production value that we like to show. Because when we upload the fireworks shows, we want that to be possibly someone's, their way in of seeing our server and seeing what we have to offer. So, we want it to look as good as possible, and show you some of the effects up close, but without showing everything. So then, that person who may have just discovered us through that YouTube video, wants to come and explore on the server and see more of it.
Sweet. Looking forward to the new videos. Login it asks, would you guys be able to modify item frame signs to somehow be angled? We addressed that a little bit in the Model Palooza portion of the Bluesky section in the keynote. Instead of doing signs as item frames, we would have to do them as 3D models. I don't believe there's a way for us to do angled signs, at least in 1.12.
Not 1.12.
I was going to say,
newer version.
I think you can maybe in like 1.20, but it's not possible in 1.12.
Variable Cast wants to know, says, I'm going to come out the gates with a real common question, but if you can share, what are we going to see in the upcoming future with the whole pixel art team? For instance, are we going to see like first order propaganda in Batu? You can elaborate more, not just get in Galaxy's Edge.
Mummy.
Mummy.
Yeah, a lot of people up here are working on Revenge of the Mummy. So a lot of artwork in that attraction and in the queue and the surrounding areas.
feel like at some point we need to share all of Sassy's descriptions of each of the each of the mummy characters or pixel arts.
Is it like spaghetti bowl wavy guy or whatever?
Yeah, no, they're super funny.
For context, for Revenge of the Mummy, there's a ton of artwork within the attraction, and there's no real clear way of identifying it. So Sassy Saucebox has gone ahead and just named everything like Spaghetti Bowl, Ghosty Man, and like Spaghetti Bowl, Stretched Out Dude, like silly little things like that. Not the best for organization, but it works.
Pixel art is something that is always being worked on across all servers, though. Like, more so than anything else, I think. Like, we're doing a lot of stuff for Castaway Key this week in preparation for Thursday Fun Nights. You know, like, old parks, Magic Kingdom, Disneyland always get updates. Ride leaderboards are being updated fairly constantly. Like, there's a lot that's always in the pipeline. And it's often like easy to get it out more so than an Imagineering or tech project.
Yeah, absolutely. Expel asks if there's any items that don't relate to any upcoming projects that we're working on. I don't think so. Sometimes we'll see something in the parks, and somebody in the resource pack team will be inspired to create it, but bandwidth is tight for all the projects we have coming up, and so a lot of our items tend to be pretty focused on things that are opening or things that are needed for certain attractions and stuff.
Yeah, there's so much IP in Disney and Universal, and so many different like pieces of merch that you could make. That narrowing down what you want to do takes a while, so it's easiest with the bandwidth we have to just be like, okay, what projects are we working on that we need stuff for?
AP Friendly Rainbow has asked, why will you not use block displays? We don't have those in Minecraft 1.12. Then they also asked, will we be updating the server? Eventually,
I think it's one
point.
question.
Eventually.
Will you guys use block displays if you update? Who knows?
So we have this thing called blockamations that essentially perform the same function as block displays. We made them initially for Happily Ever After. They do very much the same thing that block displays do, and the way that we have to interact with them can achieve all the same stuff. When we update, there's a chance that we will port the backend that powers them to vanilla block displays. We'll see.
There's been a couple questions for Princess Crowns. Nobody from the resource pack team is here right now, so nobody will commit to that, but I'll pass those comments along. Black Belt Medic 5 asks, how do you guys keep up with the change of Walt Disney World, as it's never will fully be completed?
We don't.
Yeah, just understand that you won't, and just do the stuff that interests you and make cool stuff.
So I think the fact that Tron and Guardians are not open yet, and Tiana's shows, like we try to keep updated with like the stuff we can, but there are just experiences that take a long time, and we can't always be 100% up to date as much as we try.
While some more questions are pouring in, I have one for the group, which is, what do you think you're going to work on next after your next big project? I think most of the crowd here is working on Mummy, Rise, and Moana. So what's next steps for you? We'll start with Owen again.
As a pixel artist, I don't really have anything planned out. I'd like to finish up the stuff for Living with the Land and get that new refurbishment out the door, and hopefully have that ready for all the guests as soon as we can.
Broken, we asked you earlier. You said you didn't know. Is that still the answer? Have you put more thought into it?
I still don't know what I plan on doing next.
I got a laundry list of things for you, so don't worry.
Maybe finally finish the Mr. DNA pre-show. Who knows?
Yeah, there's a couple things that I think you could pick up. Kayla, if you want to answer next.
This might not be like right after I finish, but like possibly Tokyo Disney Sea, like the new area that just recently opened.
The Fantasy Springs.
Yeah.
Nice. Ian, what about you?
I know I mentioned this in one of the other panels today, but anything in Tokyo Disney Resort or Diagon Alley, those both are very fun.
Sounds like we are getting some fun updates to Tokyo. Mr. Knuff, what about you? You're doing a bunch of contemporary stuff right now. So what's next on your list after that?
Yeah, I think I still have a few more contemporary things I want to finish before moving on, but once I feel satisfied with that, I think I would like to help doing some pixel art for Moana. I think that would be fun.
Nice. Unique, what's the next video you want to work on?
Ooh, I want to do another experiment one. I already told my trainer about it, but I just kind of want approval on it before I actually start on it. I also want to work on another main MCParks one as well. But I'm just kind of trying to find more trends first, because TikTok is its own thing for like algorithm and stuff. So
it's a mystery.
Yeah, tough to follow.
We'll figure it out.
I'm confident you'll figure it out.
Sky, what about you?
I've actually gotten started on some Castaway stuff, so look forward to that coming up. But after that, it's
woo.
You know, whoever needs assistance. I like being flexible and someone going, Sky, hey, do this.
Nice. I appreciate the flexibility. Jorvo, what about yourself?
Yeah, I've ever since the achievement system came out and everyone started riding all the dino rides, I've started riding Dinosaur again, which I should have been riding more in the first place, but I noticed that the audio was probably could use a little bit of updating on it, so I think that might be what I need to do on it. Yeah, there's definitely a few things. Audio is one of them.
Awesome. Matt, how about yourself when you're done with the mounting task of Galaxy's Edge?
Well, I can tell you I'll be very sad when Galaxy's Edge Rise of the Resistance is done, because I really love working on it. I don't know what my very next project will be. But I know
more to Harry Potter.
Right, yeah, exactly. That, and I don't know, I really love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, so when things start, happening with that in the future, I'd love to be a part of that.
Nice. I'm loving all the Harry Potter.
Did anyone else hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought it was me.
You're not the
Everyone
only one.
full robot.
I thought it was me. Thank God.
Damn.
I was scared of it.
I mean, I've definitely actually already started working on our next fireworks show, YouTube video that's going to release. And I'll just let, people guess as to which one that one may be.
Okay, I'll just go without an introduction.
Oh, okay, I'm back. That was weird. Discord just crashed.
Yeah, no, it's not like you cut off and
No,
like
Discord just died.
Yeah, it just died.
We're back though. We're back.
Okay. Was that
I wonder if Craig will recover, or if we should stop and restart him to be safe.
Honda, what video are you planning on working on next?
So I have actually already started working on one of our firework videos. But actually, I mean, technically I've started working on two of them at the same time. Especially when one of our influencers is definitely making me up my game on fireworks videos.
Man, I'll crypt it.
I don't know what the context of that is, but
me neither.
I'll take it. Josh, how about yourself?
Look, I don't even know what I'm currently working on, so we'll see. I have some ideas, but we'll see.
Then Ryan.
There's still some stuff to be done as far as achievements are concerned, and making sure that we're set up in a way where other folks on our cast member team can contribute and test things without breaking stuff. So some stuff going from there. Obviously, there's tons of achievements that I still want to write. So there's that too. And then, of course, I teased it during the expo, but pins are coming pretty soon also.
Pins.
Yeah. Excited for that one. That's going to be a fun collaboration with pixel artists, of course, because they're the ones who are going to be making the pins. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I can't wait. I'm really excited for pins.
Yeah, me too.
Lamb Chop asks, "What is the best part of working on MC Parks for you?" Owen, I hate to keep putting you on the spotlight, but we can start with you again. What is the best part of working on the server?
I mean, I feel like that's a very broad question. I'm not trying to like say that's a bad question. I think that's a great question. But there's so much about it that I enjoy. But I think just being able to relive past memories of the Disney parks. I mean, Disney for me, but even Universal, like just being able to recreate that magic that I experienced for other people has really been really rewarding, and I've really enjoyed that. And also meeting new people. Like I have made a lot of friends, and I'm very thankful for that.
Nice. What about you, Broken?
My favorite is having friends who are able to help me out with stuff when I need help. Like I've had Accident help me with building the little robots that you see in the Space Mountain pre-show, and Asia Sky recently helped me out with the background for the Mummy Coffee video.
Very nice. Kayla, what about you?
I've definitely made a lot of friends on here, but I feel like when I'm like making like stuff like pixel art for the server and then like uploading it to the server, and then like I go to the parks in real life and then I see something that I made like for the server, be like, oh hey, I made that for MC Parks. I just think that's really cool.
Very nice. Like that association to it. You're like, I feel an emotional connection to this, sign at the bathroom. Specifically the tangled restrooms. Ian, go ahead.
The freedom to get to work on pieces from your favorite parks and all the people you get to meet. Definitely those two. And also putting up with all the chaos.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Chaos, there's none of that.
It's two different answers from Ryan and I.
It wouldn't be a day on here without...
There's no chaos. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
Mr. Knuff, how about yourself?
I think just the fact that essentially I learned how to do pixel art for this is really cool, because otherwise, had I not stumbled on this server, then I probably would never ever really tried to do pixel art. And so I think it's given me the chance to explore something that I otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah, absolutely. Unique, what is your favorite part or the best part of working on MC
I
Parks?
think like making friends on here and like the connections you make. I also just like to be able to pursue like what I love. So like filming and editing, I've done it for like years. So being able to actually like do that and help and make people see like what we work on, it's unbelievable. And it like has a feeling in my heart.
Very nice. Nothing about chaos I'd noticed. Sky, how about you?
First, I'd like to thank everyone else for making this easier for me, but it's definitely the people, really great friends that you've met along the way, and the late nights of just putting together projects has been a really fun experience. But also, the science and knowing that we're being part of an ambient process for making an amazing experience for our guests. It's always great to see someone look at your work and go, oh my gosh, you have this. And, in your heart go, yeah, I did that.
Very nice. Jorvo, yourself?
Yeah, I specifically remember the first time that I came on this server years ago, and I've spent hundreds upon hundreds of hours on the server, just taking everything in. So I'd probably say my favorite part is just being able to use my skills and talents that I've learned over my entire life to just make a difference and hopefully, you know, use my skills to make that experience happen for some other people that join.
Nice. What about you, Matt?
For me, it's being able to, be creative with like-minded people in such a positive environment. That's really helpful to me, being that I'm not always in real life. I'm not always in a very positive environment, so it's great to come here and just find that people are super positive and we're all creating together, and I get to kind of be a one piece of a much bigger puzzle and see all the creative things other people do, and that I get to contribute to that and be able to say I was a part of it.
Nice. Honda, what's your favorite part?
I'll give a different answer than during the GR panel. I really love being able to collaborate with the team. Being able to help out where I can. Guy mentioned it in the chat, but he and I worked together on being able to get every single little road sign on Rock and Roller Coaster, so that then he could recreate them all. I also love seeing the community's reaction when our projects go live. Be it a TikTok, a YouTube channel, or a YouTube video, or a new ride, and all the pixel art and music and everything we've incorporated into it.
Very nice. Josh, yourself?
Honda's favorite thing is beating Darren at Racing Disney Live. Anyway, yeah, I'll also give a different answer than the GR panel. After we premiere a show, that first week where a lot of people haven't seen it, I love going to every single showing and watching the reactions of everyone who hasn't seen it, because it's always great.
What about you, Ryan? What's your favorite part about MCParks?
My favorite part, everyone said the people, so it feels like a cop-out answer to say that. So I'm going to be a little bit more specific. It's seeing everyone on the team's skills progress. It's seeing that spark of passion and creativity and inspiration kind of flow, and then that big whoa moment when you figure out how to do a cool effect or something, and seeing it out there, and then just that amazing feeling of whoa, we just did something really neat that you get from that.
Nice. I think mine would be probably very similar to that. A lot of people join the team and they have a rough understanding of a skill set. It's great to see that expand, and in some cases people then go on to make careers out of those skill sets. So it's cool that for some people we act almost as a springboard into careers.
Yeah.
All right, do we have any other questions from anyone?
There's a big discussion going on about glasses and offhands and stuff, I think. I don't know.
I was gonna say, Ryan, where are you gonna put your Thing 1 slippers?
It's a question for the ages.
I wear glasses.
Alrighty. Any final questions before we wrap up here? Ryan's still going with the...
I'm trying to prove the point. They're all taken. That's the point.
The big thing is that all of the slots are used for something, so we can't use any slot for anything else.
Oh, I had a new slot. Why didn't I think of that? Let me get on that.
I don't think that's possible.
I mean, you kind of can, but you'd have to have another armor stand following you around everywhere. And because of how the Minecraft client animations work, there's some head rotation stuff that happens only on the client, and body rotation stuff. We've talked about doing this. We've thought about it. We're not doing a new slot. Sorry.
You could have just said no.
I did, and then there were questions, and so I was following up.
Glasses specifically are because like a lot of people's eyes are in different locations on their skin, and so you could never get a pair of glasses that would always line up to every single person's eyes, and some of them would just look weird.
Lamp Chop asked about people working on Discovery Core or Explorer's Kingdom and moving from the like IRL recreations to original ideas and projects. I don't believe anybody in here is.
And we need Mike or Dipsy.
Yeah. Dispy earlier today would have been a good person to ask. So I don't think there's anybody here who's working on either of those projects to help answer that.
I have partnered a bit with Measy for a sign, but I kind of answered it where it's like a lot of partnership to really bring it to life because you are working with something that's not solid, right? And just trying to work on what's there, what you can do to make something really, really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Nate Dogg asks, what's the hardest project everybody's worked on? I know a bunch of you guys in here are newer, so you won't have those. But if you have worked on a couple of projects and there's one that stands out as difficult to you, feel free to speak up about it.
I had to take a cruise all the way to the Bahamas to get pictures of Castaway. That's not my answer, but
what a tough life Josh leads. His research trip on the Disney Cruise Line.
I can share. I was asked, maybe as part of my training, to do the audio for the Ray Room that happens just before you exit and go to the transport ship.
That's a heck of a training.
Yeah. Well, it was really tough because there's not a lot of clean audio out there. Going onto YouTube where people are doing ride-through videos and trying to find stuff that's online that's kind of already cleaned up for me would be great, but it wasn't really there. So it ended up, I think I spent 2 full months just deep diving every day into that, and it got so crazy that I had to start having my lead, Born Legacy, listen to a lot of it, because when you get too close to audio, it all starts sounding like alien speak. And so that was extremely hard, but we got through.
It's probably good for Star Wars. You want it to sound like aliens.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It was great learning process for me, though, getting to know some of the new plugins for Reaper, and Reaper is an audio editing program that a lot of us use. So it was super hard, but it was super fun, and I'm really proud of what we have at the end. As a perfectionist, I can't say that it's exactly what I want it to sound like, but I think it sounds pretty good anyway.
Nice. I can't wait to have everybody hear it and now know the backstory that was your first experience with MCParks.
Yeah.
Anybody else work on anything difficult?
Not gonna lie, some of those spaghetti boys for Mummy are pretty hard.
I was gonna say, I bet
Speak for yourself.
Ian.
I bet the Mummy crowd has a very similar opinion.
What makes Mummy so hard, out of curiosity, for someone to feel like, oh, it's just things on it, it's just, little pictures.
It's dark in the ride, and you can't.
Not only that, but that ride alone doesn't have. It has very little references to work with.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to film on the ride with your phone and stuff, so it's really hard to get good pictures, and it's dark.
For me, either that or any signage that I've worked on that's had a ton of details, but in a small resolution. I think one of which would have to be as much as I'm glad to have how it turned out, it would have to be the Casey Jr. in Disneyland. That sign that included the train.
Mm-hmm. That's another tough one.
Because then you had the detail in the train, but then you have the outlines.
Yeah. For the Mummy stuff, also, you're only ever seeing it on a roller coaster, and you're going by fast, right? So you have.
You know how many times I've ridden Mummy just to try and catch a glimpse of them?
All right, take a mental picture.
I never.
This is why I had Honda.
Going back to that whole recording on the ride thing, it is especially difficult because you're going so fast too, and the fact.
Mine would be oh sorry. Are you still talking?
You could go ahead.
One of my favorite one of the hardest parts was trying to figure out how to do all the little animated parts that I do for the pre-shows. There's like a little segment in the ITS where there's like an anomaly moving, and I was kind of worried about having to make a model of it. So instead of making a model, I just ended up tracing like every I'm tracing like 4 frames a second the little animation that the anomaly did. And here it is in the chat.
Oh, neat. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, Broken.
Remember when we made the Happily Ever After multicam video? It was like me and Darren and Ryan each recorded 2 angles of the show, like the morning it premiered or like the day before or something.
The night before.
The night before, and then there was like a 12-hour turnaround before it had to go out. That was underratedly difficult.
And we had challenges with the show running properly the first time, and so the way that most people ended up seeing the show for the first time was through that YouTube video. I'm glad it turned out good.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any other crazy projects?
I mean, similar to the Mummy, I think, and I shout out Honda to this every time. It's really always interesting to try and get like doing the RRC remake, getting all the work for that, and making sure it's like it looks pretty. You're probably on a turn. We need to straighten that out. So RRC was also a fun one, challenging, not hard.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a question asking, would you say 3D modeling is blockchain specific? Do Blender modelers ever come into play?
Yeah, if you're good at Blender, you can probably do what we need you to do in the programs.
It's less so the tool and more so the skill set. So, if you have the baseline stuff down, we're pretty good at being able to teach the rest. Lambchop asked, does the pixel art team create the logos and art for the side of the ride vehicle models like the Magic Kingdom train, or does the resource pack team do the pixel art themselves? For a lot of the ride vehicles, that's done by the resource pack team. So what's a good example? The omnibus at Tokyo, that one we outsourced the artwork to the pixel artist, but the rest of the vehicle was done by the resource pack team.
A lot of the resource pack team also doubles as pixel artists, just not full time.
Yeah.
It's not intended that way, that's just how it happened.
The skills translate well. Let's see, any other questions? Why does Hagrid's switch track not actually switch on the server? Is it plugin
That's
limitation?
a tech question.
No, it's just easier.
We just haven't done that. It just doesn't have to be. We're going for accuracy in where we can. We'll go for accuracy in actual implementation. But if it's significantly easier and it's the difference between different levels of reliability for an attraction, or just a big time investment, we'll make trade-offs where we need to. But that's a tech question. That panel's later.
About an hour.
Alrighty, any final questions? Welcome, Brennan.
Bit late to the party here.
Yeah, you're here at the tail end.
Yeah, what do you work on? What are you doing here?
Well, I've made a couple of models, particularly for Ghost Rider and for Gwazi. I also do a lot of pixel art, particularly any kind of pixel art that's like kind of oversized or might take up the side of an entire building. I tend to be the one to mix the pixel art for that. So everything you see over in Illumination Avenue and Universal, that's me.
Except for Sky, who made the Universal Store one.
Yes, and then also VGT side was also me as well.
Brennan, I'll catch you up with it. Questions everybody else answered, but what was your favorite thing you worked on, and what was the hardest thing you've worked on?
Oh god.
And are they the same thing?
No, they are not the same thing. I mean, I always like making oversized, large portraits of anything, really. So that's why, like, Minions has kind of been a secret pleasure of mine.
Big fan of the Minions posters.
Well, it's just like it's big, it's goofy, it's a lot of vibrant colors, and it covers a big like footprint, which I always seem to get a kick out of. I also enjoy doing a lot of the test track stuff, particularly designing all the assets for the design studio. Took a lot
Brennan made all the attachments. All the attachments for the test track cars. Brennan drew all of those.
Yeah, and it was like I did that in like a couple of days, right? It was like a couple of days. I just smashed everything out for a test track. Most difficult thing though, and this is basically a self-inflicted thing on myself. The marquee for Jimmy Fallon.
Ken's got it ready to go.
You said that was your
It's
favorite?
a sticker. It's too easy.
The most difficult thing is like, so that entire moon right there, I did that pixel by pixel.
Why?
Because that's just how I work. And like, because like it's not a complete like grayscale moon. There's a little bit of color to it because it's literally a yoinked picture of the moon. I don't know which face it is.
Brennan, I was gonna say you couldn't get a picture if you took a picture of the moon and just scaled it down. I think it would look like probably 95% of the pixels would be the same.
Which is exactly why I said this is a self-inflicted thing on me because I decided I decided that no, that would not look good in game because
I
I've
think it
done
would have been
this
funny if we did a
decisive
Minecraft moon.
I was very tempted to do that. Like,
I'm kind of
I was
more
like halfway
on-
through.
Yeah, I don't know. No offense, Brennan, but I kind of would have preferred if it was Minecraft moon and Minecraft character.
Honestly, when I was going like halfway through designing like this poster, I was thinking to myself, I think I could have gotten away with this if I just did like in a Minecrafty way.
Yeah, yes, you could have if it was just 100%.
And I remember and I recall like about a week or two after this, we
I think
decided, oh yeah, no, we'll probably do the Minecraft angle instead. I'm just like, well, come on, okay.
Well, I mean, look, as we said in the Bluesky thing before, sometimes you experiment with something and it turns out that it's not ready for prime time.
Well, luckily, I don't think we're gonna be touching Jimmy Fallon for like 20. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're waiting for that thing to die out first. So, hey, at least we had a nice, cool pixel art to show off to those guys at Makers Fair, right?
Yeah, that's
right.
That's the important part.
Exactly.
We've confirmed that it is starring Jimmy Fallon, not with.
There you go. I was incorrect. I'm sorry, guys. I admit my apology.
Shut it down.
Part of leadership is accepting when you're wrong, and coming forward with it. And I was wrong. Hand up there. Mea culpa. Please forgive me. I'll do better next time.
If it makes you feel any better, I hate Jimmy Fallon. So.
Oh, good.
Okay. There you go.
Accident at the Universal panel this morning. Someone asked about Minion Mayhem, and I volunteered you for that. What do you have to say about that?
I'd say in terms of all the other big screen rides, I'd argue that Minion Mayhem is probably the easiest one to do.
We've heard conflicting reports.
Yeah, I know.
Ryan.
Well, you have to think about it like this. It all takes place within a contained, like, underground lair. You don't have a sweeping environment to worry about render distance. And, like, in terms of, like, the only major obstacle would just be how many entities could we get away with for putting the minions, all around you.
That's fair. The only problem, I guess, with having it, because it is in one space, we would have to just run one at a time, which kind of sucks capacity-wise, but...
It's like a 3-minute ride, I think.
It's like a 3-minute ride, and there's like 3 ride vehicles, the main,
right.
or just 6 ride
Fair
vehicles, or
enough,
something like that. So, probably be a lot easier to do than VillainCon.
Lamp Chop asked if there are projects that customers hope get removed soon, so that way we don't have to make it.
Race
It's
to New
tough to
York
be a
starring
boss
Jimmy
in
Fallon.
this.
Well, also
Thank
Duffy
God.
Book is already closing. Yeah.
Soren Star Tours Flight of Passage.
and
what are some
and
other tough ones? Cosmic Rewind. When are they tearing that down?
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons, Transformers,
Fast and Furious,
Rivers
I
of
hope Fast and
America.
Furious stays forever.
Rain and Kong. Honestly, anything that's a big screen.
Yeah.
Honestly, anything that's a big screen that has a simulator going through it, we want it gone.
See, now I'm at a crossroads on whether or not I want Rise of the Resistance gone or not. Because
No, that's like
I still
90%
work on it.
If Rise of the Resistance goes now, we'd all be sad because that's like 90% done, and also it's an amazing ride.
Forget us. What do you think Moore would do?
Oh, Moore would just
He'd
quit.
finish it.
Yeah.
It'd be done. Any final
It would
questions?
be Test Track.
No, seems like we're winding down. So thank you guys for joining us. Join us in 58 minutes for the technician panel.
The
and
final panel of the
That'll
Expo.
wrap us up for the weekend.
Woo!
But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for your wonderful questions. And similar to the other panels, if you think of any other questions, feel free to let us know within Discord, or feel free to stop any of our panelists as you see them on the server. They're usually all around. But thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.
Woo! See you later.
Yeah.
Adios.